wondered, what do you think about psychedelics, and what do they do and what don't
I
they
have
do?
no idea what they do. What we don't understand about psychedelics is a very thick book. They bend the structure of reality. What they reveal to me is how little we know about everything. That's a terrifying thing.
Something to be investigated further?
With great risk, they can help you orient yourself more, but look the hell out.
finished with that, perhaps you could tell us what you personally have been doing for the last 7 years.
You know, you can please some of the people some of the time, but one of the hardest things when you're trying to affect change is that people like this gentleman are right in some areas. I'm sure that there are some things OpenDoc does, probably even more that I'm not familiar with, that nothing else out there does. And I'm sure that you can make some demos, maybe a small commercial app that demonstrates those things. The hardest thing is, how does that fit in to a cohesive, larger vision that's going to allow you to sell $8 billion, $10 billion of product a year? And one of the things I've always found is that you've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. You can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to try to sell it. And I've made this mistake probably more than anybody else in this room. And I've got the scar tissue to prove it. And I know that it's the case. And as we have tried to come up with a strategy and a vision for Apple, it started with what incredible benefits can we give to the customer? Where can we take the customer? Not starting with, let's sit down with the engineers and figure out what awesome technology we have and then how we're going to market it. And I think that's the right path to take. I remember with the laser writer, we built the world's first small laser printer, you know, and there was awesome technology in that box. We had the first Canon laser printing, cheap laser printing engine in the world in the United States here at Apple. We had a very wonderful printer controller that we designed. We had Adobe's PostScript software in there. We had AppleTalk in there. Just awesome technology in the box. And I remember seeing the first printout come out of it. And just picking it up and looking at it and thinking, you know, we can sell this. Because you don't have to know anything about what's in that box. All we have to do is hold this up and go, do you want this? And if you can remember back in 1984, before laser printers, it was pretty startling to see that. People went, whoa, yes. And that's where Apple's got to get back to. And, you know, I'm sorry that OpenDoc's a casualty along the way, and I readily admit there are many things in life that I don't understand as anyone else. So I apologize for that too. But there's a whole lot of people working super hard right now. Aubrey, John, Carino, Fred, I mean, the whole team is working, burning the midnight oil, trying to, and people, you know, hundreds of people below them, to execute on some of these things, and they're doing their best. And I think that what we need to do, and some mistakes will be made. Some mistakes will be made along the way. That's good, because at least some decisions are being made along the way. And we'll find the mistakes, we'll fix them. And I think what we need to do is support that team going through this very important stage as they work their butts off. They're all getting calls, being offered 3 times as much money to go do this, do that, the valley's hot, and none of them are leaving. And I think we need to support them and see them through this and write some damn good applications to support Apple out in the market. That's my own point of view. Mistakes will be made. Some people will be pissed off. Some people will not know what they're talking about. But I think it is so much better than where things were not very long ago. And I think we're going to get there.
stay out of my presence? You were talking class. Listen. You refused to admit it.
I wasn't.
You know who was?
Yes, sir.
Who was it? This is the 9th day since the incident. You have been in my study every morning at this time, and you still refuse to cooperate. Today is your last chance. Wasn't you? You know who it was?
Yes.
Who was it? That is cowardice.
It's honor, sir.
We don't talk about such things.
You should teach it, sir.
You're a fool.
Yes, sir. Not a rat. Rat.
I'm a rat.
No, sir. I'm a fool. Not a rat.
Society.
Yes, sir.
Society is a place where people exist together.
Yes.
That is civilization. Yes. The lone wolf belongs to the wilderness.
Yes, sir.
You must not grow up to be a lone wolf.
No, sir.
You must conform.
Yes, sir.
It is my sworn duty to see that you do conform.
Yes, sir.
You will take 6 of the best. 10.
12. 12, sir. So that I can remember.
got struck by lightning.
Thought she got hit by a truck.
Yeah, well, whatever. Just didn't show up.
Without you.
Charlie has a very short-term memory. You know, all the cocaine he did in the 80s and drinking his got
Never will be on my years. My life is never be on my years. My life is never be on my years. My life is never what is it?
Yeah, I was shot. I was there, little shot. Still little shot. Sometimes I gotta go upside the head, you know. I had to go upside the head a couple times. You know, Charlie came out of the Navy, and he was young, coming out of the Navy, his brother was really and stuff. You know, he was hanging out with the big dogs, you know. Charlie said, no, he was doing crazy things, and I had to straighten him out. Sometimes I had to go upside his head. Sometimes I put him aside and talk to him. You know, he's up in Hollywood. You know, running around Hollywood with all the movie stars and rock and roll stars. And sometimes he needed a smack. I had to give him a smack every now and then. But all this stuff I'm reading is like, he's giving me karate chops and all this stuff. He didn't even know nothing about karate in them days. Kicking me and smacking me and I'm crying like a bitch and all this kind of stuff. Come on now. Did you see Rick James crying like a... Come on now. Let's get this story straight. What else? Come on now. What else do you have to say?
What made you punch him? You remember punching him?
Yeah, I remember smacking him a couple times. I remember putting his ring upside his head one time. He wore my logo. His ring right here. Well, he calls it the Unity ring. But really, I had two rings, okay? Now, the Unity ring was a round one with a point. Now, if I had to put that one upside his head, it would have stuck in his head. And it would have stuck in his head forever. This is the ring that went upside his head. It was a heart and the wings, okay? And this was imprinted in that black head of his for at least a week. They thought he was our mascot. He was imprinted so much in his head. Because he goes, Big James. He used to do stuff like, he used to throw Prince at me all the time. Like, he used to say things like, Rick, when Prince walked up to you right now and said, I'm gonna beat your ass. I said, Charlie, what are you talking about? No, just say Prince walked up and smacked you across your face. What would you do? And I said, the same thing I'd do if you do it, smack you across your face. So he said, no, now you're crazy, and now you're talking out of line. And I gave him a smack. And that'd be that. What, you gonna smack me back? I'm Rick James, he's Charlie Murphy. Huh? What you gonna do?
He said he whooped your ass.
People say a lot of things under the influence. You know? People say a lot of things under the influence.
He said it yesterday morning.
What?
He said it yesterday morning. He said he whooped your ass. He said it was a long time ago.
Charlie, why do you think Charlie Murphy's taking karate right now? Because Charlie Murphy could not fight. Charlie Murphy was in... Why do you think Charlie Murphy joined the Navy? We all know about the Navy. Okay? Did he join the Marines? Not. Did he join the Army? Not. Did he join anything where it took manpower? Not. He joined the Navy. Okay? The Navy. He was in the Navy. But he had the white hats that go like this here. Come on now. Charlie Murphy couldn't whoop me in them days. Charlie Murphy would stand a chance to whoop me right now because I'm older and he's taking karate. That's why he's taking karate. Charlie got beat up a lot. Charlie got beat up a lot. He got beat up a lot when he was young, and them cocaine and them drinks, all them flashbacks, and all that. He's Charlie lies.
You remember what you used to call him? What your nickname for him was?
What?
What your nickname for him was?
My nickname for Charlie? I had a lot of nicknames for him. What did he say I called him?
Darkness.
What did he say I called him?
Darkness.
Yeah, Brother Darkness. That's right. I mean, you know Charlie. Cut off the lights and Charlie has to go, Rick, where Rick? Yeah, Darkness. Charlie is my Brother Darkness. That's right. And both of them is Brother Darkness. Twin Brother Darkness. What I hear from Charlie is, all you hear is that voice. All I used to hear is that voice. I used to constantly earthquake. Rick, where Rick James? Where Rick James? Because, Charlie don't talk with his teeth. When Charlie talks, his teeth is... You always notice when Charlie talks, his teeth is locked together? Well, that ain't from cocaine. That's just the way it is. Look at this. Rick James.
Do you remember when you remember grinding your feet into Eddie's couch?
Yeah, I remember grinding my feet in Eddie's couch.
Remember why you did it?
Because Eddie could buy another one. I think it was something like Eddie or Charlie or somebody did it in my couch. See, I never just did things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's you know, something to do. Come on, I got no more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on Eddie's couch, you know. But it was probably a dare from Charlie that I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I dare you to get up on this expensive couch and grind your feet in it. Yeah, see if you do it. I bet you do it, I bet you won't. That's a brand new car, but you won't do it. And I probably did it.
Major Tom took
Oh yeah, what about licking inside a girl's face? Is that what you think?
I did a lot of licking on a lot of girls' faces. But Charlie would always... See, I told you he was from the Navy, and he wasn't used to the Hollywood life. Now, in Hollywood, we did that sort of thing. You know, we French kissed girls in clubs. We licked on girls' faces.
On a count of 3.
We grabbed girls' butts, and they liked it. Charlie was afraid to do any of that. He's talking about, wait, let me see you grab that girl. Let me see you grab that girl by the butt. Let me see you do that. Let me see you grab that girl by the butt. I said, okay. I grab her by the butt, and the girl would like it. And then let me see you lick that girl's face. But the girl would be somebody, I would always pick out somebody I knew. So that would freak him out. And then he would go, damn, Rick could grab a girl by the face and lick it. He said, Rick is a man. Meanwhile, it would be somebody I knew, so I would fool his ass.
They need to pick it up into a movie. Say the how did we go in the 80s?
How did I pick up girls in the 80s? I ain't have to say much. I just had to walk up to her and say, yo, you know, let's do something. What you want to do? What's your name? What's your name ranking? What's your serial number? What you want to do? Charlie had to go through this whole thing. Can I buy you a drink? What sign are you? And he don't know nothing about astrology. What sign are you? Oh, we have an after party after the thing. This is my friend Cognac. This is my friend Larry. This is my friend Rick James. We're going over Rick James' house. That's how Charlie picked up girls after the drink. We're going over Rick's house after the club. You want to come? This is my friend Rick James. We're going over. Charlie used my name to pick up girls. Charlie, you know, that's what Charlie. I love Charlie to death. Charlie just had, Charlie gained recognition. Boy, I can tell you some stories about Charlie Murphy now. I should tell him, but I'm gonna let him off. I'm gonna let him off easy. See, I'm not gonna do Charlie like he did me. All this bitch backing me and me crying. I heard him tell a story that he came to a China club one time and I was behind the bar. Now this is true. I was waiting behind the China club, because the China club was like my club too, you know. I could kind of do what I wanted there, but I was jamming there. I mean, the owner, Danny Speed, was very close. So I'm behind the bar and I'm serving drinks, and Charlie bends over. I call out to Charlie, come here. Back to the shit. Now, Charlie tells me, like, after I did that, then he tells me to come over, and he smacked me, and tears start coming out my eyes. Now, that is absurd. What? I'm gonna cry. Now, he may have smacked me, but wasn't no tears coming out of my eyes, because it was probably one of them Prince slaps back like. Sat me like that, because he knew better, because, you know, he knew I threw him up with him. See, we used to throw him up a lot. You know how like when you meet a brother, and y'all say, like, what's happening? What's happening? You know, what's happening, man? And, you know, one guy punches the other, next guy punches the other. Next thing, I'll throw them up and, you know, who's the fastest or who's the quickest. I just throw them up with Charlie that way. But I was quick. Ask Charlie, he'll tell you I was quick. Unless he's gonna lie about that too. You're not gonna lie about that too.
So you're saying you never whooped your ass, you never karate kicked?
Charlie ain't. Yeah, Charlie whipped my ass in his dreams. I told you, Charlie had delusions of grandeur in his head. I'm telling you what's happening. Why is this? Charlie's taking karate right now. My son is taking karate, okay? He's 11. This is like a late in the years when somebody's taking karate, don't you think? My son is taking karate so that he don't get his ass whooped when he gets to be Charlie's age. Charlie is taking karate because he got his ass whooped enough when he was young. Think about it. Think about the ideology behind the whole thing. Don't you think Charlie's a little old to be taking karate? He's probably taking it with the little kids. Probably got little kids taking it. Doing katas. Kick, punches, and dojos. Did he ever tell you the story how he gave me a kick?
Yeah, he said he kicked you all the time.
I smacked him once, right? I gave him a smack. Another time he got a smack. This was Eddie's brother. I gotta look out for him, because Eddie's my man. Eddie been out here. Eddie's out there, and I'm out there, and we hanging out. Charlie gets out of the Navy. Charlie was out on leave. Charlie gets out, but Charlie's hanging out with us. And I had to give him a smack. I gave him a smack about something. We was throwing him up. He got another smack. And when he tells us, like, he gave me this karate kick. Yeah, he gave me a kick, all right. It was like this. He gave me a kick like, he came running across the room and said, And that really hurt. He'll tell it like he gave me some kind of Bruce Lee cross kick or something, Yeah. Charlie whooped my ass. Oh. That imprint is probably still on his head from this ring. That's why I wore this ring. I wanted him to have memories of it. Because every time he looks at this ring, he remembers that imprint that stayed on his ass for a week. Can you imagine walking around with a heart of wings on your forehead? Can you imagine that? Think about it. Not a pleasant thought. Man, how did you get that heart of wings? Rick James whooped my ass and gave it to me. There's a story that goes around Hollywood to this day about this basketball game that went down by this little short androgynous skirt, high heel, fishnet stock going, wannabe man type human being. And Charlie and them playing in basketball. I don't even want to mention the name and give me no credit, right? He calls himself matter of fact, he don't change his name. He don't even have a name, so it don't even make no difference. He got some kind of sign. Anyway, Charlie done played him some basketball. This I'm just showing you what Charlie's at. I'm showing you all this masculinity that beat Rick up. Okay? All this masculinity we talk about. Now he played this little thing who ain't 4'9", some basketball. They challenged each other. It was like the shirts versus the blouses, Charlie called it. Do you know that this little thing beat Charlie and them in high heel stilettos? Can you imagine? And then when it made pancakes for him. I wouldn't even tell nobody that. I wouldn't even tell nobody. And Charlie was talking about, we went and played business basketball, and he went and beat us. And then we called it, he said he was whipping all over the court. We couldn't stop him. He said, like Albert Iverson, my ass. I would have tripped that little sucker up so bad, that little he would have made it to the hoop. He would have played another gig, I would have broke him up. I would have broke him off something so hard. But that's what I'm talking about. That's Macho Charlie for you. He probably slam dunked on Charlie in his face. 4'9". How can you imagine a 4'9" beating a 6'1" brother? Black Nubian king, a little 4'9" androgynous wannabe, don't know what color he is, beating Charlie in basketball. I was so ashamed of Charlie I didn't even talk to him for 2 years. Pitiful. That's all. Every time I see Charlie, I go, ooh. Just to let Charlie know I remember it. I want Charlie to see this ring. I want him to know this ring is a part of his life. It will always be a part of his life. And when he gets his purple belt or his blue belt or black belt, I'm gonna go upside his head again.
just to see if he learned anything from that karate. And I bet you I put another engraving on his head.
Charlie said, what's your opinion of going too far?
Going too far? I think going too far is drawing blood from a friend or embarrassing a friend in front of his old lady, or hurting a friend when they have to go to the hospital, or something like that. You know, if I think suckering a friend with your fist. See, anything me and Charlie did to one another, whatever we did to one another, you know, whether my memory banks recall it right, or whether his memory banks recall it right, whatever we did open-handed. Other than the ring part. I mean, but that was an accident. I mean, you know. That was an accident. If I would have hit Charlie and say knocked out one of his teeth, that would have been Rick going too far. Charlie would have said, "Oh, you're going too far now." But his tooth would have been knocked out, see? So I would have gone too far. You know, if I would have busted his eye where his eye was hanging out the socket, you know, he would have said, "Well, you're really going too far now." You know, my eyeball hanging out my socket, see me? Now, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna fix it? Your insurance cover gonna cover it? It's cover some old crap like that. That's going too far, bro.
He said back in the day, you can have ladies do whatever you want. You can be in the hotels where you had like as many girls you wanted. You can do whatever you want.
Well, what was he doing? Twiddling his thumbs? Charlie had a reputation. Charlie was told by some people about women not to even go to leave, for Charlie to leave him alone. This is so long ago though. And we used to keep them for like weeks. And we would keep them for as long as we wanted and have our wicked way with them. And next time we saw the women, their hair would be all scraggly, torn apart, and their dresses would be coming off, and stockings would be torn. Where you been? With Charlie Murphy? With Charlie Murphy? Did you have fun? Yeah, I had fun. But what happened? He told us to leave. He threw us out. He got 3 bones. Yeah, Charlie used to go through my cornflakes. But of course, I'm the bad guy here, so it's probably me. Charlie will tell a lie. Don't think he's like, you know, he's like the angel. Don't think, you know, what he say is gospel. But when it comes to me, he gonna tell a lie. I'm just gonna try to keep it real, you know, like my song. I'm gonna try to keep it real. But see, there's one thing about me and Charlie. To this day, all the little scraps and all the little things that we've been through since the '80s and all that stuff, we still have a big amount of love for each other. I love Charlie Murphy. And I can really say that I love Charlie Murphy. I love Charlie's mama. And I love Vernon, and I love his brothers, and I love Eddie, and I love the whole family. But Charlie holds something special to me more than any of them. Because me and Charlie done had it out. With as much as me and Charlie done had it out, you would think that 2 people would never even talk to each other no more. But most of the time, the way we done went at each other, basically 2 people would never even want to even be around each other. But we have it out, smack each other upside the head, smack each other in the face, punch each other in the chest, kick each other. I mean, can you imagine 2 grown men doing this? Cocaine's a hell of a drug. And we said, well, next thing you know, we hugging and having a drink. And now here I am on this show, singing for Charlie Murphy. I must be crazy. And I don't even do cocaine anymore. I must be losing my mind. Reminiscing about Charlie Murphy, talking about kicking my ass. Ain't that a beat?